Hump Day.
Dancing like me.
Oh my God! Don't do that. Before the break, I just saw a little news flash came across ESPN and talked about. We all know back a few years back, Jon Gruden, former coach of the Oakland Raiders at the time. Now Las Vegas Raiders. Did he ever go to Las Vegas? Yeah, Las Vegas Raiders. Yeah, he was there.
He was there for a minute.
For a minute. He got fired because there were some emails that were revealed where he was talking, communicating some very racist comments that affect a lot of people when they read it. And it's interesting, though. Jon Gruden, made a bunch of money on ESPN, came out of the booth and went to the Oakland Raiders, now the Vegas Raiders. Now he's suing the NFL because he said that he was unfairly fired, which leads to.
So you mean he didn't say it?
Yeah, but he said people conspired to get him fired.
Unfairly fired.
Unfairly fired. I mean, you could be fairly fired, but unfairly fired. Yeah. So it turns out the breaking news, and we don't. I mean, we watching television. They're right here in our studio, saying that Roger Goodell and the NFL Players Association were responsible for leaking the emails. Wow.
Well, okay.
So
they snitched on him.
Yeah, and
I mean,
maliciously snitched on him because nobody would have known about this. They could have fired him without revealing any of that, and said the reason for firing is a personal issue and be done with it. Because they pretty much. Because everybody look at him differently now. Trust
they
me.
were under no obligation to do that.
No, but I'm saying is he's saying that they didn't have to do it, and they did it on purpose. That's why he's suing them. He can probably win some of that. I'm telling you.
Well, they definitely did it on purpose, but they were under no obligation to do that for him.
Okay.
You out here, hatred and racism and all this other stuff in email.
Well, let me ask you a question.
You can't,
how many times someone get fired and you call personnel, HR, they say we can't disclose that information?
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to talk about. Yeah, I mean,
that's supposed to. Let me tell you what he did. Let me email you what he did. No, you can't be doing that.
Right.
You can't. That's a personnel laws where you can be affected based on what you do as a corporation. That's all I'm saying.
But also, how many times have we seen people fire people and tell you exactly what happened?
Well, what I'm saying, not as an entity, not as a commissioner or the CEO going to tell you that. No.
Well, I mean, during the press conference, they can say it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of cases where people
they didn't say it.
Were terminated, and they said the reason they did it was because of X.
Yeah, but in this case, they pushed out what X was, and they had them in the company about it because everybody knew about it because they pushed it out there, and now all of a sudden, everybody knows that this guy is not who you thought he were. His reputation destroyed. He can't get a job nowhere. He's gonna sue the hell out of the NFL. And if that's the case, he's gonna get paid too.
Trust I don't know.
Me. If it happens, I mean, like we talk about people that are getting fired now, and we talk about why.
Yes.
We know what happened. They told us.
Yes. Yeah. They told us.
They do it all the time.
But my point is, his argument in terms of suing the NFL is going to be extremely valid. He's going to get paid, and that's my whole point is that if that's true, he's going to get his money because his reputation is destroyed.
But how do you say it was intentionally leaked, right?
Because I don't know that.
Well, what I'm thinking, I'm thinking through it, like so they say it was intentionally linked, right? Leaked, rather.
Leaked. Mm-hmm.
So. At the time, and I can't remember exactly what was going on at the time. I think it was when the lawsuit for Flores was taking place or something like that. But at the time, the NFL Players Association, I'm sure they had access to it. Now, unless it was a sealed document or something like that, which then there are other things that come into play. But I'm sure the NFL Players Association, here's an example of the racism and the thoughts and the way the thinking is that we've been talking about. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm sure that they probably leaked it. The NFL probably leaked it by saying probably, hey, he's a bad actor, and we're going to deal with it, and we'll handle it immediately and swiftly. None of that says Jon Gruden was some kind of way wrong by his racist and, quite honestly, disgusting emails that they had discovered being leaked to the press and the media or being disclosed. I won't even say leaked. I'll just say disclose to the press and the media.
Well, it's funny, back in 2021 when his lawsuit came about, in his lawsuit, Jon Gruden talked about that the emails were leaked and led to his resignation. and now I think this is what the breaking news. Again, we got to get into it. It's pretty much confirming that.
Right.
Yeah, but there's no other way for them to get out.
Well, now that you hearing both sides, it's different. Like, we're just hearing like why Fitzgerald got fired, like why someone got fired, but they actually the privacy part.
Yeah,
is they sent an email that I sent to you.
Right.
My boss over here leaked that email instead of just saying I fired Pam because of X, Y, and Z. That's different.
Because violating personnel rules or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, they initiated.
Now that might be a little different. The email versus saying why you fired.
Right.
Me.
They initiated that.
Okay.
Which they intentionally wanted to get rid of him because of that. Boom. Let me put this out there. Then we can fire him.
Right.
Yeah, but the NFL. Why would the NFL? They would, until that email surfaced, they could care less about firing Jon Gruden. But the email surfaced with you saying all that as a part of whatever that court case was that it was discovered anyway. It was part of some discovery. At that point,
actually, it was part of your crew. It was part of the Washington Redskins when they went to
Dan Snyder's
discovery. Yeah, right. That's what happened.
Emails.
So because when they were doing that, they said, "Oh, we got some other emails." Oh,
right. And I've been wanting to get rid of him.
Right. Let's put that out there.
There you go. So it's more about.
See, I'm trying to tell you.
Nobody was after Jon Gruden before that.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
Yeah, maybe.
We don't know that.
Unless they knew all along that's how he was.
Well.
That's how he talked about people behind their back.
And my point is Jon Gruden's going to get paid if what I just saw is come to fruition where they confirming that's what happened.
It's equivalent to a slip and fall case to me.
Then you can't even trust you can't trust nothing with those guys, man. That's the case. You can't.
That's right.
Think about it. It don't have to be a racist company. It could be anything else, but they want to get rid of you. They're gonna just put it out there in the atmosphere.
They might have been having a conversation with you, but
right.
you got to go down.
I'm trying to figure out the true defense is, I did it all, but you shouldn't have told anybody. That's the defense.
That's always the case.
That's the defense.
I have my rights as an employee.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
For example, there have been some people who were terminated because of driving drunk or stealing or whatever. That's not disclosed to a lot of people. People say, "Well, he's no longer with the company," and you call HR. HR don't tell you nothing. This is the same situation. Instead of that, they're like, "Yeah, I'm gonna put this out there. He ain't fired yet, but once you find out what happened, then we're gonna fire him." That's not gonna. I mean, that's ridiculous. Who does that?
I don't know.
I'm not trying to defend them from a legal perspective.
I don't know.
It's gonna be interesting.
I don't know. It's a slippery slope for him.
3 City gonna get paid.
It's easy money though. If he wins, it's easy money.
Because again,
he don't deserve to work anyway. So I don't care if he working yet or not.
Right? Yeah, but he gonna